Surgery terms, are you ready?
Good evening, all the counselors, Toastmasters, Gaveliers, and parents present today. Requesting you all to follow these online meeting etiquettes. Please sit in a quiet, comfortable place. Do not unmute during speeches, except in the question and answer session at the end. If you have any questions, ask them via chat. Please speak loud and clear. Don't interrupt others. Use the raise your hand option and wait for your turn. If you are a role player, be ready with the presentation materials. For today's meeting, our EMCEE is a girl who loves classical and pop music and writes poetry whenever she is free. Please welcome Gabrielle Setmi. Gabrielle Setmi, the virtual stage is yours.
You, Surgeon at Arms Vetum Gavlia Vetum. There is no enjoying the possession of anything valuable unless one has someone to share it with, stated Lucius Seneca. With this valuable quote, I shall start my duties as Master of Ceremonies. Good evening to all who have attended this meeting. Firstly, thank you so much for providing me with this wonderful opportunity. Today, I welcome you all to the Share and Grow series, where we have many interesting programs for this evening. We have some informative and spectacular speeches followed up by a question and answer session lined up for you. I'm sure this day would be memorable for all of us present here. Now, to begin the program, I invite a passionate Toastmaster, counselor for Doha and Birla Gavel's clubs, and is blessed with 2 sons. He works as a service manager at Gulf Incon Taisir Group. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Nair, the virtual stage is all yours.
I was actually waiting for the applause. Thank you for the second bonus round as well. Good evening to each and everyone present here, and especially the District 116 Gavel Club leader who's leading all the clubs in our district, distinguished Toastmaster Aparna Ranish, a name to be reckoned with if you are in Qatar, and especially if you're associated with Gavels. All the wonderful leaders present today, counselors, Gaveliers from all across the globe, parents who are also listening in, and all those who have joined in just to support our Gaveliers today. I'm very pleased to have all of you on board this wonderful journey. Over the last couple of weeks, what I have seen is preparation. They had their heads down and they were just preparing for this great event. Because after all, the name itself, share and grow. Today, with what they're going to share today, you will definitely grow in leaps and bounds. This today is the seed that we are planting in your minds. And the seed has to take off and grow into the gigantic tree that you truly should be in your lives. I encourage all the Cavaliers to note down the important points and learn as much as you can, because today is probably one of those things that might change your life forever. There is plenty to learn even from small children. If somebody is not teaching you something, it is not their fault. If somebody is not teaching you something, it is not their fault. Probably it is our inability to learn from them. And that we need to correct and ensure that all the things that we need to learn, we should be open to and grab it and grasp it like a sponge takes in water. So I wish you all a happy learning. And I'm sure at the end of the day, or end of the session rather, you will definitely feel that it was worth the time that you spent. I know that for a fact, and I'm sure you're going to learn that as well. Thank you very much, and all the best to the presenters, role players, and each and everyone associated with this show. I want to thank you once again for all the efforts that you put in to get us to this stage. Over to you.
Yes, sir, for your truly wonderful speech. Let us start this. Let us start this session with a vibrant Gavelier who loves to make exciting and eye-catchy videos in her free time, and she will teach others to make enthralling videos with their imagination and creativity. Today, she will be our first speaker with her speech, How to Become an Amazing Video Editor in 30 Minutes. Gavelier Arlene Riona, the virtual stage is all yours.
Whenever we see those amazing videos and the creative ways in which they're designed, we always think, those videos are made by professionals, and you really need to be an expert to create such awesome videos. But what if I told you, you don't need to be an expert in video editing, or you don't need to have years of qualification to make amazing videos? What if you can make amazing videos in an instant? Well, I got you covered. And today we will acquire the basic skill of video editing through Canva. And I will demonstrate and take you in this journey of video editing. And by the end of this 20 minutes, we will all become amazing video editors. So let's begin. So first and foremost, you will need to type canva.com. And once you type canva.com, you will go into a web page like this. And when you go to this web page, on the top right corner, you will see the sign up option. So you could sign up using your Gmail account, or if you wish, you could have your own personal Canva account. And once you're done with that, this is where all the fun begins. So let me share my screen. And this is where you will enter as the first page. And to start our video, you can click on this video icon and it will take you to the video place. And then this is where we enter. Now, this is where all the fun begins over here. So first and foremost, this is the canvas on which we are going to do our video. So here's where we will add all the templates, elements, and all of those things. But before we start, we need to know a few important things. So first and foremost, we have templates. It is where we will use this as a base for our videos because templates really makes our life a lot more easier. Trust me on that one. Second, we have elements. So if you want to add amazing elements in your video, be it stickers or animated or static stickers, elements is really a good option. Third, we have uploads. So if you would like to upload your own images, videos, audios, then this is really a good opportunity. So if you like your favorite music on your video, then you can upload that. Next, we have the text. So Canva has its own ready-made text that you could use. But then if you want to make your own text, you could always click on this for making your own text. The last but not the least, audio. So if you really don't want to upload your own audio, Canva has some audio for you, and you could select that and make your video amazing. And finally, we have the background. So if you're not interested in, starting off with the template, a background will really do that. So you can select any background that you like. So now let us start video editing. So first and foremost, we will go to templates. But before we begin that, we must always know what we are going to do first. So today we are going to make a card for Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is coming on March 21st. And what better way is to show your love for your mother than making her a card, right? So we can divide this card into 4 basic slides. So the first slide will contain the heading, that is Happy Mother's Day, like how we would normally have in a card. The second and third slide will contain the content, like what content we would like to keep inside, and maybe some photos or images or anything like that we would like to put in. And in the last, we will have a concluding setup showing like Happy Mother's Day, so that it gives like a good ending and a good spirit when you end your video. So without doing much talking, let us get into video editing. So let's first use this amazing vibrant template. You could use any template that you like, but today I'm going to use this template. And since we don't need these elements of this template, I'm just going to delete them because we only need the background. So since we're going to put the text Happy Mother's Day, instead of just making it boring, putting up text and then it appears, let's try to do something creative and innovative. Why don't we have the word happy as if running in a video? What if the word was running out in a video or in a photo? That would sound cool, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do. So when you go to elements, you can type frames, and frames are basically like the photo frames that you have in your house. So in your house, using the photo frame, you put your image that you like, right? The photo that you like. Similarly, in Canva, using the photo frame, you could insert any photo or video that you like, and it will be projected in that frame. So we're going to make the word happy using this frame. So I'm going to first select H because it's happy and it starts with that. So let me just align them and place them. Then the next letter is A. So you could see this purple marking. So this is used for aligning and orientation. It really helps you to give the spacing. Next is the letter P. So let's put the letter P over here. Now here's another fun tip. Now, if you don't want to keep on aligning or shrinking down the size of the same letter, what you could do is click on the element that you would like to copy and then put Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. And then you've copy pasted that. So you don't have to resize this once again and waste time on that. And the last letter is Y. So let's put that inside over here. And we got our word happy, and it looks good. But don't you think it's a little bit towards the side? Maybe we can center it, right? One way of centering it is, by putting all the elements like this, but it's too time consuming. Instead of that, there's another hack. So what you could do is press on Shift key and select each element. Once you've selected on that, press group. After you're grouped, all of them become like one element or in the same group. So you can shift them wherever you like. And so I'm going to align them and shift them properly. And that's it. The word happy is done. So all we need to do is now upload your favorite image or video that you would like to put in. So I'm going to upload this video over here and then this one. So all you have to do is just drag and drop and the video gets inserted inside. Okay, this is looking great. And that's it. So the word happy is done. Now for the word Mother's Day, let us use some ready-made text which Canva has. So let's go with thank you because it looks really attractive. So like how we group the word happy, you could this word thank you is also grouped in the same manner. So what you all need to do is just click on it and click ungroup, and then the word gets ungrouped. So since we don't need the word you, we'll remove that and we'll use the word thank. Just align it properly and let's write the word text that we have. So let's put Mother's Day. Okay, it looks good, but a little bit problem, it's too big, right? So you could change the size of this. For that, all you need to do is either you could click on this size over here, this minus button, or you could select here and select which size you would like to have, or like me, just type the size that you want. I'm putting 160, and then if you expand this, you have the size that you want. But don't you think this font could look a little more prettier? This is not that suiting, right? So what you could do is that Canva offers you different font options. So you could go to fonts over here and select any font that you like. I'm going to use Brusher so that it suits this. And now you can see this looks really good. The slide looks amazing, right? But we're not done yet with the slide. To add the cherry on top of the cake, we'll come up soon onto that. For that, we'll add different elements and make things a little more colorful. But for now, let's move on to the second slide. So like I said before, in the second slide is where we're going to have our content, and also we'll try to insert a video or an image of, our personal experience or memory that we have with our mom. So I already have my text or the message that I would like to give her already here. What I did was just I inserted the text over here, and then I changed the font color and changed the font. That's all. And since this looks a little bit boring, just having a text there, let's do a little bit innovative. Why don't we put it in a text bubble? It'll look really good. So I'm putting it in a text bubble. So you could select any text bubble that you like or any other element. It's all up to your creativity and your imagination. But for now, we are going with the text bubble. So let's see which one looks really suiting to this. Okay, I think this one looks good. So most of the time, they allow you to edit these elements. That means you have the chance of changing their color, but sometimes they don't. So if you're lucky, you can change the color. And in this case, I'm going to change its color to white so that it looks very prominent and attractive. Now to this, let's add some stickers, some animated stickers. And I think hearts would really suit this one. So I'm going to put hearts over here. And you can see this is not moving, right? It's just static. What if we can make it animated? For that, all you have to do is click here and click on animated and apply filters. And then we can select any heart. I think this looks good. Oh, wait, you have magic recommendations. That means Canva allows you or provides you related stickers to the one which you have selected. And I think this one looks a lot more better and it really suits this. So let's go with the heart and let's align it so that this looks very lovely over here. I'm going to copy paste this and we can put another design over here. Just we'll make it a little small. And this looks good. Now over here, we can probably put the, the photo or the video. And for that, what you could do is you could go to frames and select any shape that you like. But since I have recently used the specific heart frame, which I really like a lot, I'm going to go to recently used and get this frame. So I had recently used this and I'm going to insert this frame, which I recently used. And let's make it a little small and let it fit over here. Yeah, now this looks good. And to this, let us upload. So you could use images once again, but I'm going to go with video because video looks a lot more cooler. So I'm going to put video over here and this looks good. Okay, just to add a little bit of touch up, I'm going to insert the swirling heart. So to get this, you can once again go to elements and type the heart and make it animated. And if you scroll down, really down, you will get this swirling heart. So I'm just going to insert this swirling heart over here and resize it so that it fits the frame. And with that, we are done. So you can see we have made both the slides, and if you want to just view how your slide looks like, only for slides, then you can click on this preview button, and this shows you how your slide looks. So you can see the slide is like this. But if you want to see your entire video, you could always click over here, and this shows your entire video. So like I promised, I'm going to show you the cherry that we're going to put on top of this cake. And for that, I'm going to add an animated heart character, which looks really good over here like this. So what you need to do is you need to go to elements over here and type heart. And once you do that, you can go to animated, apply filters, and down here somewhere, you'll find that heart character. Yeah, this one. So this person looks really nice. Like so, you can see other varieties, and I think I'm going to go with a different one, maybe this one, because she looks really nice and she's expressing the emotion that you want to show out to your mom. So this really suits the presentation and the video. And to this slide as well, let's add those hearts. So I'm going to be adding this one. This one looks really very suited. Okay. No need of this one or this. We can use this one. Let's just bring the size a little down, and let's copy paste this one, and we can put this one on the other side as well. And now we are almost done, but not yet. No video is over without confetti. Confetti is like one of those important things that you really need to put in a video. And over here, I'm going to put confetti because I really like to put confettis in my video, and I'll make it animated, apply filters. And you could select any confetti that you feel will suit here. I'm going to use the confetti. Oh, this one. Yes, this one looks really good. So I'm just going to drag over here and I'll expand this. And I'm going to copy paste this once again and group this as well. So in case if I'm changing anything, I could, like both of them will move at the same time and I don't have to worry about that. So I've grouped it and now both of them are falling at the same time. So this looks really good. Like so, you could make the rest of the 2 slides on your own. Using your imagination and your creativity, you can make this slide. So like before, I have used frames, confetti, the sticker, the heart sticker, and the swirly heart. And over here, I have typed box in elements, and I've got this really amazing box. I put confetti and the 2 stickers. So this is how you could make your video. And to enhance your video a lot more, there's something called transitions. So all you have to do is click on this plus sign, and then there's an option called add transition. So this just gives a smooth transitioning between slides. So some options here are like dissolve or slide or line wipe, circle wipe, and this looks really nice, right? I'm going to use dissolve so that it looks, very appealing and professional. And like so, you can do for the rest of the other slides as well. So with that, we are actually done with our video. But we still have music. No video is completed without music. So what you could do is you could go to audio and select any music that you like. Or today I have uploaded my own music and I'm going to insert that. So make sure the pointer is at the beginning, and then you can insert the music that you like. So with that, we have actually done our video. So to preview your entire video, just click on this play button and your entire video, you can see entire video. And after you confirmed and you're sure that everything's perfect, you can go ahead and download. So click on download, and you can already see it's an MP4, that is the video format, and then click download. And that's where your video will all come together. So this is the moment that all of us have been waiting for. Now it's time to see how this total video looks like. For that, I'm going to stop share and I'll share you the final video, how it looks like. And I'm promising you, you're going to love it. And here we go. seen how this video turned out, right? And it looks really amazing. So you too could create amazing videos, not just for Mother's Day, but for other things as well. Be it you being the VPPR of your own Gavels Club, you could create amazing videos for your flyers, or you could do it for your school as well, be it for presentation, seminar, or if it's something personal with you and your family, making memories, or your outing, your family plan outing, you want to make it in a video. Canva is really good for you. And I'm sure with this session, all of you are going to become amazing video editors. And if any of you have any question, feel free to message the question answer moderator, and then we can discuss all of these questions in that session. Thank you, and back to the MC.
Wow, that was truly an amazing and delightful speech. I would definitely be using this in the future. Our next speaker is a girl with black belt 2 in karate, with a knack for inventing new dishes, who likes going out, is passionate to see new things, and is eager to discover historical facts. Gavlia Ishita Sumayaji will talk about how to deal with stress. I welcome Gavlia Ishita. The digital screen is all yours.
Have you ever heard about barter system? Well, it's a system in which goods were exchanged without money. But did you know barter system even exists in the 21st century? Yes, it's shocking, but it's true. The only difference is that it exists in a modified form. Instead of goods, it is stress that we exchange. We give and take the same amount of stress and spread it to everybody around us. Distinguished Toastmasters, guests, Gaveliers, teachers, students, and my dear audience, a very good evening to you all. How many of you have recently undergone stress? Please raise your hands. Stress is something which all of us have undergone in some time of our life. Today, stress has become so common. Irrespective of age, every other person is stressed about something. Adults might be stressed about work, students might be stressed about school, and even small kids undergo stress to learn new things. All of us talk about stress management. We know the importance of stress management, but do we ever try to imply it? At least in my case, it's a big no. I am personally a person who takes lots of stress, even for small problems. Every time during my exam, I get sick. And it was finally a month back I realized it was due to stress. Now, when we realize we have stress, we try to implement these stress management techniques. But how do we know if the stress management techniques is really working or not? Well, in my case, when I get sick every time before the exam, I applied stress management techniques. And as soon as I applied that, the consecutive exam that was coming, guess what? I didn't get sick. What does that mean? That means I am working very well with my stress management techniques. How many of you have heard about psychology? Please raise your hands. Now, do you think if I learn psychology, I can read your mind? If you do, that is a very big myth. You don't have a 3D screen on your forehead, or I'm not a tantric or a palm reader to read your palm. But we can understand the thinking of a person behind what he or she is doing. We all know that stress causes negative effects. But did you know it can cause positive effects too? A psychologist named Hans in 1956 described stress as a physiological response pattern. The model he suggested was the general adaptation syndrome. Stress, according to this model, is a defense mechanism of the body, which follows three main steps: alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. The stress concept introduced by Hans is the idea that stress response could have effects on the psychological experience. Stress is mainly considered as a defense mechanism of the body. which initiates flight and fight situation, which leads to increased heart rate, tension, trembling, your digestion stops, and your blood flows to moves towards your muscle. It takes around 20 to 30 minutes for this whole situation to come back to normal. Let me give you an example. You're walking in the street all alone, and suddenly from nowhere, a bunch of kidnappers come to kidnap you. Now, if the situation is favorable, you have two options. First, you run away. Second, if you don't have an option to run away, you fight back. Now, if you have to fight back, your muscles need to move quick. And if you have no prior warm up, it's going to be difficult. How does your muscle move quick? There should be enough expansion and contraction between your muscles. And that is achieved when your digestion stops and all the blood flows moves towards your muscles. An incident took place with me when I went to India about 3 years back. My aunt suggested that 5 cousins go to the nearby ice cream shop to eat some ice cream. Well, on the way, since we had just finished a traditional program, I was still wearing the huge lehenga with high heels. But my cousin wanted to create some drama in the scene. He saw a dog, which he thought was tied. But unfortunately, the dog wasn't. And guess what he did? He started barking in front of the dog. Now, in such a situation, when the dog is offended, obviously the dog is going to give us a bad chase. And it did. And even wearing such a long dress with high heels, I managed to run fast enough to save my life. How do you think I did that? That was because all the blood flow moved towards the muscles of my feet, which enabled me to run. Just imagine if the flight and fight situation did not initiate that time. I probably would not be giving the speech right now. At times, the flight and fight situation takes a little more longer than 30 minutes to come back to normal, depending upon how stressed you are, how fast your heart was moving. But prolonged exposure to flight and fight situations can lead to long term problems. Do you want to check your stress level right now? Let's do an activity to find out. For this activity, I need all of you to take a paper and a pencil in your hand and write yes or no for 24 questions that I'm going to display on the screen. The 24 questions will be divided into 2 slides. I will show each slide for 1 minute. In that 1 minute, you need to answer your questions and keep it with you. At the end of 2 minutes, when both the slides have been shown, I will show you the scoring, based on which you can score your responses. There is no right and wrong for this particular activity. And be truthful with yourself because, after all, you need to check your stress level. At the end, after scoring, please write your scores to me personally in the chat so we can analyze together how many of us are taking stress at the moment. And then I'll give you some good stress coping mechanisms which will help all of us. So let's start. This is the first screen in which the questions have been displayed. I'm going to display this screen for 1 minute. You can start marking your responses now. Seeing that 1 minute has lapsed, we'll move into the second slide. I'll show this slide too for 1 minute, and you can start marking your responses now. Seeing that 1 minute has lapsed, we'll move into the scoring. Now you will see a scoring sheet on your screen. If you have marked yes, then you can give yourself 1 point. If you have marked no, you can give yourself 0 points. And at the end, you can total up your scores. If your score becomes 4 or less, it means you have less amount of stress. If it's from 5 to 13, it means you have moderate amount of stress. And if it is 14 or more, it means you have high amount of stress. So I'll give 1 minute again for all of you to mark your responses. Seeing that 1 minute has lapsed and hoping that all of you have already scored your sheets, I want all of you to put all your scoring marks to me personally in the chat. So together we can analyze how many of us have stress. And based on that, I'll give the stress coping technique that we can include in our daily life. I'll give 30 seconds to all of you to send me your scoring to me personally. Seeing that 30 seconds have lapsed and I've got enough responses, that's very good to see all of you actively participating. After seeing the responses, I found that around 20% of us have low level of stress, around 70% of us have moderate amount of stress, and around 10% of us have high amount of stress. We all know that stress coping techniques include positive thinking. But did you know that it can also be measured and tested using variety of tools such as scope inventory? Well, we just used a scale to measure the amount of stress we have right now. But we can use other instruments such as scope inventory, where C stands for coping, O stands for orientation to, P stands for problems, and E stands for experience. Stress management techniques can mainly be divided into two categories, which are psychological methods and common methods, as you can see on my screen. Psychologists such as Lazarus and Folkman suggested that the individual believes he or she has the resources to respond effectively to the change. Under the psychological method, it can further be divided into problem-focused coping and emotion-focused coping. Problem-focused coping occurs when the person has the resources to manage the change. And emotion-focused coping occurs when the individual does not believe he or she has the capacity to respond. In such a situation, the individual starts response in wishful thinking, such as, I wish I ate that, I wish I had that, etc. Let's come on to the second category. The second category is called the common techniques, which is further divided into three. The first is primary, secondary, and tertiary. In the primary category, it deals with the stress that occurs due to the organization, mainly by the work culture. In order to reduce this type of stress management technique skills can be used such as distributing your load throughout your week instead of doing everything on a single day, etc. The secondary occurs when it is due to the person or due to your primary environment. And stress management skills in such a situation can include time management. Tertiary is again due to the person or due to the environment. And this type of stress is when you have reached a very high level of stress, and the stress management skills can only include therapies or treatment. Hope none of us reach this level of stress, and let's all of us work in bringing our stress level down and not reach this level of stress. Stress overall is something which should not be taken in a stressful manner. By being calm and thinking peacefully and doing all your work in time, we can reduce stress. Some great personalities said, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one over another. Because trust me, if we take stress in a stressful manner, then stress plus stress will not give you double amount of stress. It will give you triple amount of stress. Here, algebraic calculation doesn't work. By experience, I'm saying that when we indulge in stress management techniques, it cleans and improves our body from inside in a really good way. And we are able to come out with flying colors and reach our target beautifully on time. It's just these simple things which makes a huge difference. When we know what it can cause, if it's not controlled, then why not try to control it from today, from now, from this very second? If you don't take stress, it can make you look much younger and improve your body functioning, giving you a boon of a very long life. Who doesn't want to live a long life? Everyone wants to. But these small, beautiful tips can make a huge difference. Someone rightly said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. By taking the first step, life will give you your way. Now let me show you all a small video.
A professor once asked an entire class what would happen if they held an entire glass of water in one hand for a minute. The class in unison said that nothing would happen. He then asked them what would happen if they held it for 5 minutes. Again they said that nothing would happen. He then said, now imagine if you held it out in your hand for an hour. They said that their hand would start hurting. He said, interesting. Now imagine if you held it out for 8 hours straight in a row. The student said, sir, we would probably not be able to use our hand for days due to pain. The professor smiles at the students and says, now class, this is what stress is like. It's not the amount of stress and worry that gives us pain, but it's the amount of time that we hold on to it that actually kills us. So remember that whenever you are stressed out or worried, it's okay to hold on to it for a few minutes. However, we must put it down. If we hold on to it for too long, it will cause us more pain and sometimes even permanent damage.
Stress can kill you if you don't control it. We need to learn how to kill stress instead because stress is dangerous. Beat stress and live life king size. Thank you. Over to the Master of Ceremony.
The mind-blowing and informative speech. Now I shall invite the question and answer moderator. She's a student from Birla in grade 8 who loves dancing, cycling, cooking, and more. I welcome Gavlia Afreen Masoud to the virtual stage for a wonderful question and answer session to engage our incredible audience.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. Hello,
everyone, I'm Afreen Maksood, and like you all know, I'm the Q&A moderator for today. So I would like to start off our Q&A session by a question by me to Gavlia Erlen for her wonderful speech. Gavlia Erlen, your question is, what do you think is special about Canva that helps you? I'll repeat. What do you think is something special about Canva that helps you?
I think Canva has this unique feature of helping you to enhance your imagination and your creativity in your videos. I have used a few other video editing apps, but I personally never felt that none of them ever, made me feel so lively or take out that interest out of me, because video editing is like a passion for me and I really love it. And I've used other apps, but none of them made me feel so special about it except Canva. When my sister introduced me this app of Canva, I started video editing and I found it was so easy to understand, and at the same time it made you connect different dots and make the picture or the video look so wonderful. So I think Canva is something that's really good for beginners, or it's really good for helping people to enhance their passion in video editing. So that's something really special. I found Canva having it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erlen. And another question goes to you, and this is from Gavlia Adeline. I'm really sorry if the pronunciation is wrong. So, your question is, can Canva only be used for videos or for other things as well? I repeat, can Canva be only used for videos or for other things as well?
So today we only focused on making videos using Canva, but there are, like I said before, there are a ton of things that you could do. You can make invitation, you can make postcards, you can make even your Zoom virtual background. So if you're attending a themed Gavels meeting and you want to have a virtual background that suits the theme, you can make a virtual background out of it. It can help you to make your seminars, postcards. So it even helps you for your YouTube intros, your own logo. If you want to design your own logo, you could really do that. So I think Canva covers like a lot of things that you can do, but today I only took a small part of it, that is video editing. But you can go ahead and explore what all options that it has.
Thank you so much for letting us know, Gavlia Erlen. And if anyone has any more questions regarding the wonderful presentation which Gavlia Erlen gave us, please feel free to put on the chat box, or you may also raise your hand. I'll be moving on to Gavlia Ishita, who gave another wonderful, amazing, fascinating speech and presentation on stress. So your first question is by guest who hasn't renamed themselves. What is a red flag that suggests you have too much or high level of stress? I repeat, what is a red flag that suggests you have that suggests you have a great or high level of stress?
Well, according to the activity that we conducted today, I believe that if your points, when you calculated, were above 14, that would be the red flag to show that you have high level of stress.
Thank you so much, Gavlia Ishita. And your next question is from me. And the question is, what is something that frustrates you or gives you stress? Because I would like to know. And when and where do you feel relaxed? I repeat, what is something that frustrates you? Because I would like to know. And when and where do you feel relaxed?
Well, to be honest, when deadline for anything is close, things that cannot be prepared before, such as exams, deadline is like the day you have exam, you need to go and do it in school. So stuff like that gets me stressed a lot, no matter how much I try. But though it's reduced right now, but it used to get me stressed a lot. And things that get me relaxed is watching movies and when I have a lot of time between two stressful events.
Thank you so much, Ishita, for sharing. And we have another question to you from Cavalier Haisini. I'm really sorry if the pronunciation is wrong. So your question is, what do you do when you are stressed? So this question was asked from Dasna too. What do you do when you are stressed?
Well, when I'm stressed, I try to opt through some common stress management techniques because usually the stress which I have is mainly secondary, which is due to me or due to my primary environment. So I opt time management skills or listening to music or the common techniques that all of us know. But now, since when I was making this presentation, I discovered so many new stress management techniques, and I would like to opt those as well. And stress management techniques usually helps a lot. So for me personally, listening to music works, and listening to the favorite artists I like work better, and the songs I like, and watching movies. Thank you.
Another question for you, Ishita. This question is from Aparna ma'am. So, what made you choose this topic, stress management? I repeat, what made you choose this topic, stress management?
Actually, it was during this exam that I realized that the whole year I was experiencing, I was getting sick before the exam was mainly due to stress. And that's when I realized that it may not be only a problem that's associated with me, and many other students might be going through the same thing. And not only students, every other person might be going through this because everything has changed, life has become different after everything became online. So I believe that many people undergo stress, and in my primary environment where I knew so many people who went under depression and so many other things due to extreme level of stress. So I thought that making doing such a presentation might help many people who are attending, and it will give a new awareness to everybody, and if it gets spread, that's good. So that is what made me choose this topic.
Thank you so much, Ishita. It was a really wonderful presentation, and I'm pretty sure it helped all of us. And now we will be going back to Gabrielle Erlin as we have two more questions for her. Gabrielle Erlin, your next question is it compulsory to sign in to use Canva? This question was asked by Gabrielle Harsini. Sorry for the mispronunciation.
If you're trying out first time and then if you want to decide if you really want to use Canva, then in that case it's really not required. But then if you're going to make a lot of videos or you're going to use Canva frequently, then it's better to have it signed in because it saves all your work. If it's not signed in, you make if you create a work, after that it's not saved. So if you want to get back to it, it's not there anymore. So if you want to save your work and have better recommendations, or if you want to use the things again, like if you have used previous elements and you want to use it for your next video or anything at all, then by signing it, all of those data and all of those things are stored in. So if you're going to use videos frequently, then I would recommend you to sign in.
Thank you so much for shedding light on that, Gabrielle Erlin. Another question from you from guest from France. Um, they have asked, how do you find inspiring and amazing designs in Canva? I repeat, how do you find inspiring and amazing designs in Canva?
So in Canva, when I basically started out, I only started out with simple designs. But then one good feature that Canva has is its own templates. So when you go through those templates, you can see actually it has very innovative or creative designs, and you're like, yeah, why don't I use it that way? I mean, this looks good. And when you see a lot of those designs and when you use those templates, automatically your brain starts registering and connecting all the dots. And then eventually when you frequently use Canva, then you start, becoming a really good video editor. You can pull out the elements and all of those things on your own. So I think when you get exposed to a lot of videos or photos or a lot of inspiration from them, then you really, could do good videos in Canva.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle Erlin. If anyone has any more questions, please feel free to raise your hand or drop them in the chat box. Anil sir, do you have any questions?
None at all. Thank you so much. Great
think-
presentation, both of you. Good job.
Yes, I think the Gavaliers had made their presentation pretty much clear that most of us have no questions at all. But yes, it was really a fun, exciting, and knowledgeful session for today. I really enjoyed the session. And over to you, Master of Ceremonies. Thank you so much.
Wonderful question and answer session with many great questions. Now I invite the District Gavels coordinator to say a few words. Toastmaster Aparna Ranesh, the virtual stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, MC Sydney. Okay, good evening, everyone. How was the session today? Did you all enjoy it?
It was a great session.
Yes, ma'am. It was wonderful.
How do you
Yes,
like
ma'am.
the series as such, the Share and Grow series? How does it benefit us? Can someone tell me? This is our third session now. We started in December. Every month, one session. So I think we have old speakers also joining us. How do you feel this is benefiting us, this session? And those who joined in today also, can you let me know how this session is benefiting us as audience and as speakers also? Anyone can answer.
As speakers, we did research.
Yes, dear? I couldn't hear you clearly, yeah? Can you repeat it, Ishita?
As speakers, we had to research our topic
yes.
and give us more new information.
Yes, exactly. So it helps us to collaborate and build collective knowledge. It's a means to learn from each other, right? And also we find better ways of doing things. Like each of us are unique and our ideas are not similar. So there might be someone in the audience who had attempted the same in a different way. And when they choose, like during the question and answer session, somebody would have already attempted Canva, they keep asking questions and we get feedback and we get to learn a new different perspective. So we find better ways of doing things and we build a community and a learning culture. This series is providing us an opportunity, like monthly once, for all the Gaveliers in District 116 to collaborate with each other and learn from each other. And just like Ishita said, to retain our knowledge. When we share our depth of knowledge in that particular topic or skills, it increases, right? Our knowledge increases because when we have to present something, we tend to prepare and research more on that topic before presenting it. And it also, this series, it becomes a memory for us. So it gets retaining knowledge. And then we are able to connect remotely to students beyond borders because we have guests from France also today. Since this is happening online, it provides an opportunity for us to share knowledge and skills beyond borders. Okay. And the best thing, which I love, is the feel-good factor, the best of it, because we all get a feeling, the speakers especially, that we have accomplished something. We have made a difference, at least to a few. And to talk about today's session, I really love the energetic way of Arlene, the way she started, our first keynote speaker. And before she spoke on the topic, the video creation, I used to think it's a huge task, it's a humongous task. And whenever I needed some video, I used to beg my son, who's an expert in that. Thanks for teaching me. In fact, all of us who are like me, who thinks video making is a big thing. And some of the words were really new, like confetti and all was very new, but still you made me gear up the courage to start, at least kickstart on doing my own videos. I'm sure I will do it. Thanks a lot, Arlene, for that. Thank you so much. And I was also, I really loved your conversational style. It was too good. I encourage you to do YouTube tutorials. I'm sure you will gain a lot of followers for this amazing presentation style because it kept us all hooked up to your presentation. Good job, Arlene. And Ishita, it was a wonderful talk on the most needed topic of the current era, that is stress management. I was thinking how a small girl is able to talk on such a big topic, stress management. And I really love the way you started and then went on narrating a personal story of flight and fight situation that you faced. And all the transition was very smooth. And finally, the Q&A exercises which you gave, that slides you gave us, it made us think of our own experiences, our own weakness, at least for a while, it made us think of that. And you discussed the stress coping technique also. All those were new to me. And I really enjoyed that concluding video. So even we have seen it earlier, but that really made it an impact, that not to hold our stress for too long. Thanks a lot for this wonderful informational session. But I felt that, if I can add a comment, I felt that if you could have made us do some exercises to reduce our stress, that would have created a more impact, better impact. Some exercise you could, as a group, if you could have made to do what you are following to cope up with your stress, that would have created more impact rather than talking too much on the theory part of it. Okay. And thank you so much. It was wonderful, Ishita. Good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
And question answer session by our world Gavlia champion last year, Gavlia Free. Wonderful. You loved your style and carrying techniques, how you did. And I enjoyed the confident and spontaneous answers from all our speakers. Excellent. That shows how confident you are in your own field, in your own topic. Good job. And wonderful start by Vedam. And the meeting was professionally led by Setmi. Great job, dears. And I think the timer is also a good job, doing a good job. We had not introduced our timer, but she was also doing her job very well, silently doing her job. Thank you so much. And back to our MC.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, ma'am. Being the MC for today's meeting has been a wonderful and memorable opportunity for me, and it has brought me much confidence and experience in my speaking ability. Before signing off, I would like to invite Gabriel Desna Thatil to deliver the vote of thanks to all our mentors for this session. This is Setmi Binara signing it off, handing it over to Gabriel Desna. Gabriel Desna, the virtual stage is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel Setni. A very good evening to one and all present here. I am Desna Dennis Tuttle from the Birla Qatar Club to present the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards Ms. Aparna, the District 116 Coordinator, for giving us this wonderful opportunity of a lifetime. I would like to thank the counselors and co-counselors of both the clubs, Toastmasters Anil Sir, Alan Sir, and Gino Ma'am of the Birla Qatar Club, and Toastmasters Natalie Ma'am and Raji Ma'am of the Qatar Gavel Club. This program wouldn't have been possible without your never-ending support and words of wisdom. Moving on to the people who stole the spotlight of today's session, the speakers, Gabriela Ishita from the Birla Gavel Club with a presentation on stress management, and Gabriela Arlene on her session on how to make a video on Canva from the Qatar Gavel Club. Both these sessions were incredibly informative, and it taught me that you can learn new things each and every day. Then the Q&A session conducted by Gabriela Afreen from the Birla Gavel Club managed to bring up each and every one of our questions to the respective speakers and got answers from them. Then, who could forget the rest of the role players? The Master of Ceremony, Gabriela Setmi, the Sergeant at Arms, Gabriela Vedam, and the Timer, Gabriela Zaina, who all performed their roles flawlessly. Now moving on, last and not the least, the audience who engaged with us towards the end and stayed with us and also managed to ask questions and truly engaged with us to make this a mesmerizing session. I thank you all for your presence and your support today. Thank you.
Thank you, Desna, for that lovely gratitude note. May I keep the floor now open for feedback. Firstly, from our guest, from our counselor of Birla Gavel Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Nair. So your feedback on today's session.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Aparna, for giving us all this platform. It's your brainchild and you've carried it through so wonderfully well with a clear vision on what needs to be done. Now, today's session has been a wonderful one. The efforts that both the keynote speakers and the entire team of role players have put in, attending several meetings in spite of their exams and school work and everything else that goes on in our lives. They did a wonderful job. Last evening also they were practicing and we were giving feedback to each other and all that. So it was a great experience working as a team and getting the show over and done with, and I'm sure we can all go back and have a good night's sleep today after successfully conducting this session. Now,
Yeah.
I'm sure many of the Gaveliers who are there, who've seen these wonderful speakers today, will definitely have kindled that little bit of that small seed in their minds that they also would like to come out and do this. I'm sure you can approach your respective counselors and prepare for it. This will give you an idea of what we are trying to do, and I'm sure coming sessions are going to be really wonderful, not to be missed at any cost. So all the best to all of you. Thank you once again for being with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the motivating words. Thank you so much. Yes, Gaveliers, do we have our teachers here? Teachers from Birla, Gina ma'am? They left, I think. From the audience, would you like, anyone would you like to give feedback? Kevin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. How did you feel?
Ma'am, I felt that this session was actually incredibly informative, especially the video editing and stress relieving ones. The video editing one really helped me because beforehand I never really knew how video editing worked. So this is actually a massive learning curve that has occurred in that aspect. The stress relieving one was one that helped me understand what leads to stress, and basically going to 12th grade, I think that's going to help me on further on in the future. So this entire session I felt was extremely informative, and I'm glad I came.
Thank you, Kevin, for your lovely feedback. I'm glad it helped you. Be there for all our future sessions also. It is last Sunday of every month. And I would like to see as the speaker from EF Gavels, keynote speaker from EF
So,
Gavels. Thank you. Anybody else? Anushka D'Souza, Reksha, Gurjot Singh.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to give my feedback here. For me, this session has been very informative, and even the first Share and Grow series that I attended was very informative because more than learning, I felt it's more of inspiration that I gained. It also helped me think about how informative or how diverse everything is around us, and also brought in the sort of feeling in me that I should do something similar or something different like this. So I would like to thank all the organizers and the speakers for bringing up such a beautiful meeting and event. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful testimonial. What else can we expect more? Thank you so much, Reksha. Thank you. Yes, anybody else? Gia?
Is it all right if I tell?
Yes, Adeline, go ahead.
Sure. This is my first time attending the Sharon Grow series. It's because I got a link and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just see what's going on. And I never expected, a Gavel's Club, joining together to give these sessions like this, because it's very rare to see, having free sources. Like, how do you know to do video editing in 20 minutes? I was amazingly surprised, like how she was able to do in 20 minutes. And the stress management, yeah, it kind of made me feel guilty, like, oh yeah, so if I get stressed, then everyone around me gets stressed. So now I know the reason why. So those are very both informative sessions. And since that I found out late that it was just this series, I'm looking forward for more series like this. It's really wonderful and very informative and really smooth at flow. I've not seen this meeting like this smooth before, and it was really well done. I really appreciate being in this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. Are you a Gavelier by any chance? Because I've heard this name before, Adeline.
No, I'm a Toastmaster.
You're a Toastmaster. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Gavla Hassani Bimal Raj, Vrinda Pawar. Our timer, you didn't speak up today. You did a wonderful job today maintaining the time. Zaina, what's your feedback?
To be honest, today was my first session too. I joined and then I got to know about it after volunteering as a timer. And then I took up the role of timer because I didn't want to speak much, but I wanted to participate. So next time after seeing this series, I believe I'll try to speak. I enjoyed today.
Thank you. Happy that it inspired you. Great. We have Portia ma'am from Birla Public School. Portia ma'am, few words from you.
Good evening. You're able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, it was just wonderful to see the kids doing it in such a beautiful way. And like it's something new, I think so, because I've been only conducting we had only meetings, but this is something where they really, like how she said, we did a lot of research. So it stays in your mind when you do that. That's really like when you do the research part of it, it really helps you in your life. And at the same time, you're also helping others also to do it. They understand like stress and all that. The first part I was not there, so I'm very sorry. I cannot say much about it. But I was there in the second part, and really it was wonderful hearing them. Like literally, I've been craving to hear the kids. It was a wonderful thing, and I'm just enjoying it. And I hope that they go a long way in this, and a lot of learning takes place. And at the same time, fun. They also have fun, and at the same time, they learn a lot. And great job, Anil sir, and yourself, because I've not been in the touch for quite some time. So really, I'm feeling very good to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. All the best, and really congratulations, speakers. It was wonderful. And even to Afrin also.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am, for joining in all the way from India.
Yeah.
And supporting
From India, I
us.
thought, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice to
That
see you,
is the
sir.
teacher-student relationship, sir.
But we can't see you.
We can never forget our students. That
We
bonding is something.
can't see you.
Yeah. Yeah, please excuse me for that. But
okay.
I'm so happy to see you all. And really was craving when I saw them. No, you just said that I was happy to see them and I just wanted to listen to them. So it's nice seeing them grow like this. Really wonderful feeling.
That's so lovely. Thank
Great,
you so
great,
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So I guess we'll wind it up. Thank you all for your efforts. Thank you everyone who made this meeting phenomenal. Our knowledge only grows by sharing. You can only have more for yourself by giving it away to others. With these words, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you. Great job, everyone. Good. Let's move on. Take it up from there and go from strength to strength. So all the best, distinguished Toastmaster Aparna once again.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.